For today's headlines, House probes 7 gates of hell opening. Luzon placed under state of calamity. Bayanihan 3 in the horizon. Hontiveros wants BCDA held accountable over SEAG venue. New DOH woes damaged facilities. Rehabilitation task force will do as DDR hangs, says Bong Go. Pacquiao to Crawford, let's go. PAGASA forecast thunderstorms. Good morning, I am Sunday Locos and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Today is Tuesday, November 17, and now the news. The House of Representatives is set to investigate the opening of the 7 spillway gates of Magan Dam during the onslaught of Typhoon Ulysses. It caused the severe and unprecedented flooding that submerged the provinces of Cagayan and Isabela since November 11. House Speaker Lord Alan Velasco, Majority Leader Ferdinand Martin Romualdez, and Minority Leader Joseph Stephen Paduano have filed on Monday House Resolution 1348, which seeks to probe the circumstances surrounding the rapid inflow of water into the reservoir. The legislative inquiry is aimed in aid of legislation to prevent similar situations from occurring, as destruction to these areas were perceived to be the result of the overflow of the Cagayan River from the amount of rainwater from 18 tributaries, which was further aggravated by the outflow of water from the Magat Dam. Some sectors accuse the operator of Magat Dam of not following the protocol of slowly releasing water 2 or 3 days before a typhoon or a storm makes landfall. Had the Magat Dam released in the days before Ulysses dumped its load of rain, the sudden release of water that flooded Cagayan Valley may not have happened, they said. Devastation from the trio of strong typhoons that battered Luzon in the last 3 weeks has prompted the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council to recommend the declaration of a state of calamity for the rest of the major island. This also sparked President Rodrigo Duterte to order the creation of a task force dedicated to disaster preparedness and post-calamity efforts in the absence of the still-to-be-formed Department of Disaster Resilience. 8 typhoons have made landfalls in the Philippines since September 2020, being a La Nina year. Records compiled by the Council showed 52 deaths and some 22 billion pesos in damage from Quinta and Roli. The President has ordered the fast-tracking of rehabilitation projects in typhoon-hit areas through the creation of the Calamity Task Force. Presidential spokesperson Secretary Harry Roque said the body, to be known as the Build Back Better Task Force, will be headed by Executive Secretary Salvador Medialdea. The Departments of Agriculture, Public Works and Highways, Budget and Social Welfare and Development, as well as the National Irrigation Administration, National Electrification Administration, and the National Housing Authority will be parts of the task force. Another Bayanihan law was floated in the Senate on Monday. This time, it is aimed to aid the victims of the typhoons that hit several areas in the country. 2 Bayanihan laws were earlier implemented as answers to the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. The prospect of a Bayanihan 3 came up after Senate President pro tempore Ralph Recto inquired about the remaining calamity funds during the plenary debates on the 4.5 trillion 2021 national budget. Senate Finance Committee Chairperson Sonny Angara, in defending the 2021 budget, disclosed that there are approximately 8.6 billion peso in calamity funds as of November 13. This, however, may not be sufficient to aid the calamity victims, Angara said in response to Recto's questions. The depleting calamity funds prompted the Senate to increase the budget to at least 26 billion pesos for 2021, including the quick response funds lodged in various departments. Recto said there might be sufficient time for the Bayanihan tree's approval as the Senate is still on track of its budget schedule and it can pass the budget within the week. Tribune News on Club will be back after these reminders.
Viber is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family, anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Viber now.
Magsha-shopping na lang ako!
Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver.
Hello, can I get the following? One pink chair, bed sheets, na pink yung sofa, tapos slides, size 8, pajamas na blue. Oh, don't forget my...
Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver.
Wait lang, okay ba yan?
Anything at the SM store, ma'am.
Call to deliver. Call.
Kuya, pwede rin ba ako magpa-deliver sa ate ko sa Taguig, tapos sa friend ko sa Davao, tsaka sa... Fiancé ko sa Lipa? Okay ba yan?
Kahit saan po, pwede kami
Call
mag-deliver.
to deliver. Call. Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Call. Hashtag 143SM. Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver.
Call na rin kayo.
Call to deliver.
The National Athletes Overall Championship in the 2019 Southeast Asian Games should not be used to cover the accountability of government officials involved in the questionable joint venture agreement for the construction of the sports facilities used in the biennial meet. Senator Risa Hontiveros said this on Monday as she exposed as an allegedly fake joint venture agreement between the Bases Conversion and Development Authority and Malaysian developer MTD Berhad for the construction of the new Clark City in Capas, Tarlac. The senator said calling for an investigation into possible irregularities surrounding the construction of the sports facilities used in the SEAG Games does not tarnish the achievement of athletes. She issued a statement after Senate President Vicente Sotto III said the athletes' achievements should not be repaid with a probe by the Senate on the SEA Games. Hontiveros said they should not be used as an excuse to sweep the issue under a rug, as the athletes who won the medals are not the ones responsible for the project flagged as anomalous by the Commission on Audit. Hontiveros pointed out that the Senate committees should not be preempted, as she reiterated that seeking an investigation is accountability and not politics. She said that while some aspects of the issue are already pending before the Office of the Ombudsman, the JVA remains a legal gray area governed by multiple and possibly conflicting sets of rules. Meantime, the Department of Health will need at least 290 million pesos to repair facilities and isolation centers damaged by recent typhoons, with 5 more added to the list as of Monday. Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere said most of the destroyed facilities were in the Cordillera Administrative Region, Cagayan, and Central Luzon. This included the Bataan Treatment and Rehabilitation Center, Palanan District Hospital and Palanan Rural Unit in Isabela, Palasaan Barangay Health Station in Benguet, Dr. Paulino J. Garcia Memorial Research and Medical Center, and Mega Drug Treatment and Rehabilitation in Nueva Ecija, Alfonso Ponce and Dile Memorial District Hospital in Cagayan, regional health units, and Fortin Village health stations. In Bicol, at least 6 facilities were partially damaged after Rolly, but they remained functional. 4 DOH-retained hospitals or laboratories and 2 local government unit hospitals. These are the Bicol Regional Training and Teaching Hospital in Legazpi City, with an estimated cost of damage of 30 million pesos. Bicol Medical Center, Naga City 61 million pesos, Bicol Region General Hospital and Geriatric Medical Center in Cabusao, Camarines Sur, and Bicol Regional Diagnostic and Reference Laboratory in Legazpi City with 15 million pesos. The damaged LGU hospitals were Ziga Memorial District Hospitals in Tabaco City and Juan M. Alberto District Hospital in San Andres, Catanduanes. Local health units assured all patients have been transferred to safer locations with COVID-19 protocols in place. Others were referred to isolation centers. Senator Bong Go welcomed the order of President Rodrigo Duterte to create an interagency task force that will focus on recovery and rehabilitation efforts in areas affected by the recent typhoons Rolly and Ulysses. Go assured the public that a whole-of-government approach is underway to ensure sufficient response to victims' needs as well as in rebuilding communities. Rescue and response operations of the military and uniformed personnel continue until they have assisted everyone needing help. He added that all efforts are being exerted to restore electricity, communication lines, and water services. Go joined President Rodrigo Duterte in an aerial inspection of typhoon-ravaged towns in Rile, Igig, and Solana in Cagayan Province on Sunday. The President also met with affected residents in Solana upon landing, while a briefing with national and local officials was held in Tuguegarao. Later in the day, they went to Camarines Sur for an aerial inspection of Minalabak and Bula towns and for another briefing at the provincial capital with key cabinet members and local officials. We will be back. Stay with us.
This is a very important story. The important story.
Pictures and stories.
Today, we feel the weight of history on our shoulders.
The way we have been moving leads nowhere. We need to change course.
Since the United Nations was founded, the human race has never had to face a set of challenges like we do right now. But together, we can overcome them.
In sports, Manny Pacquiao isn't running away from a fight, even if it's one against who many considered as the best welterweight in the world. Just hours after American champion Terence Crawford left British challenger Kell Brook in a pile of mess, Pacquiao sounded off to a longtime scribe who had been tailing him since day one. Pacquiao's curt reply when asked about Crawford's renewed challenge to fight him, he is willing anytime. Crawford holds the World Boxing Organization 147-pound title, while Pacquiao totes the World Boxing Association version. The other title holders are Errol Spence in the International Boxing Federation and Danny Garcia in the World Boxing Council. Both are Americans. Crawford had been calling out Pacquiao for the longest time, and after his demolition of Brook, he voiced out the desire to rumble with the Filipino 8th Division champion next. Pacquiao, who turns 42 on December 17, hasn't fought since stunning Keith Thurman in July 2019. Moderate to heavy rain showers with lightning and strong winds due to thunderstorms are expected over portions of Misamis Oriental, Sulu, Tawi-Tawi, PAGASA said in Monday evening forecast. The above conditions are being experienced in some parts of Zamboanga del Norte and may affect nearby areas, which may persist within 1 to 2 hours. All are advised to take precautionary measures against the impact associated with these hazards, including flash floods and landslides. That wraps up the stories this morning. Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune Digital Edition and Press Reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store or Google Play to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Kachibu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarcito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just visit the sticker store and search for Kachibu Community. And before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store for our wardrobe. Again, this is Andy Locos and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning and have a nice day.
Click, that's it. Never thought self-service can be this slick. Modify plans in a snap, walang hirap, it's a wrap. Just tap the app. Now you can check, view, subscribe, renew. Help and support for you. Out with the ring apps are the in thing. You know what to do. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Self-service and easy to use. Mas okay tayo dyan. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Instant response, no hold time pa, wala nang hintayan. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan. Download the Globe One and Globe at Home apps from Google Play Store and Apple App Store now. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
Good morning, sir. How may I help you?
Bakit kailangan ko pang pumunta sa bangko?
Kung nga naman, sir, ba't kailangan pang pumunta sa bangko?
Why not get a UB app so you can do all these without going to the bank? Bank the way you live. Union Bank.
Ang Philippine Offshore Gaming Operators o POGO ay isang legitimate business entity na nagbibigay serbisyo sa offshore gaming para lamang sa mga manlalarong nasa abroad sa pamamagitan ng internet. Ang mga serbisyong handog nito ay katulad ng casino games at sports betting na pwedeng laruin kahit wala sa casino. Sa Pilipinas, walang POGO operators. Tanging POGO service providers lamang dahil nagaganap ang mga laro sa labas ng bansa.
First indoor shopping mall, the world's original thriller, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break.
Bilang bagong mag-asawa, sabay kami natututo sa buhay.
Sabay rin namin inaaral ng mga bayarin sa bahay.
Kahit kami, nagtaka sa biglang laki ng electricity bill namin. Huwag pong mangambang maputulan. Sinisigurado ng Meralco na walang disconnection hanggang September.
Estimated bills lang ang natanggap natin ng March, April at para sa ilan, May. Dahil sa lockdown, isang tabi to para hindi na maguluhan.
Ang May o June ay actual meter reading na. Kung May, nagka-actual reading, ibabawas dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran hanggang 3 buwang konsumo.
Kung estimated reading sa May at June nagka-actual reading, ibabawas din dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran. Hanggang 4 na buwang konsumo. Walang labis. Tandaan, kung ano lang na konsumo,
yun lang ang babayaran.
ako po si Mateo G.
At ako naman po si Sarah G.
G?
G!